Hello, and welcome to the MAPGA Southern Chapter meeting. I'm Section President Josh Tremblay, and I want to personally welcome each of you to our virtual chapter meeting. 2020 has been a crazy and unusual year. These virtual meetings will be a new venture for us, so please bear with us as we adjust to the new normal. Before I do anything else, I want to personally thank each of you for everything you've done this year. Your personal sacrifices, participation in events, and especially your work at your facilities has been tremendous. I know many of you have been busier than you ever have been before at your facilities. But one of the positives of this situation is the increase in engagement and participation at our facilities and throughout the game of golf. I want to encourage each of you to make a conscious decision to stay engaged in this wave versus just riding it out until it stops. By working with our player development team of Claire Jansa and Doug Wirt, you can find the programs that are best for your facility to increase engagement and continue this great participation in the game of golf. I'll now turn the proceedings over to your chapter officers. Have a great meeting, and please don't hesitate to reach out if I or any of our staff team can be of any help. Oh, and play some golf this fall. You deserve it.
I hereby call this meeting to order, 9:08 a.m. I'd like to begin this meeting by thanking everyone for joining us this morning. While we look forward to the times that we can host this membership meeting again in person, we want to meet virtually, share information that's important, and keep you up to date. In this virtual environment, a few elements of this meeting will be accomplished differently than we have in the past. We kindly ask that for your understanding, as this is all new to us. Here are a couple of important housekeeping items that will assist us in conducting this meeting. Attendance will be recorded for today's meeting by individuals entering their full name and PGA identification number in the chat. If you have not already, please enter the information now. In order to receive MSR credits for today's meeting, you must enter this information within the next 15 minutes. While we conduct our roll call, the chapter board of directors later on in the meeting, only the officers will reply verbally. The rest will be recorded via the registration check-in process. On the screen, you will see the officers and others that will be presenting during today's meeting. And while we will be able to hear them, we will not be able to hear you. If any of the questions or comments should be entered in the chat screen below. This will include open forum items. Executive Director John Gould will be serving as our moderator and will read questions and comments if possible. If we miss your questions or comments during the live meeting, we will be sure to follow up with you directly. Mr. Woods Woolwine from Ford's Colony Country Club will serve as our Sergeant at Arms today. Mr. Woolwine will ensure everyone in attendance remains in order in accordance with section policy. I ask you ensure that the staff closes the meeting registration 15 minutes after I call this meeting to order. Jeremy Franks from James River Country Club will serve as our parliamentarian. Anyone having new business they wish to discuss must submit their request in writing in the chat to the secretary by 9:30 or before the new business section has been reached, whichever comes first. Our secretary, Kevin Haney, PGA professional at Spring Creek Golf Club, will now call the roll of the board of directors.
Thank you, Mr. President. President Dan Capozzi.
Present.
Vice President Scott Graber.
Here.
Secretary Kevin Haney. Here. Honorary President Andrew Weisinger.
Here.
Director at Large Brian Liebler. A Director Ryan Marks. Eastern Director Adam Reeland. Western Director Michael Abraham. Southern Chapter Tournament Chair Mike Maroney. PGA professionals dedicate their lives to serving their members and customers and to the promotion of this great game of golf. While newly elected members join our ranks, we also lose many colleagues each year. I now ask for a moment of silent meditation for those beloved Mid-Atlantic PGA professionals who have died since our last chapter membership meeting. James Lefty Barba, PGA, formerly of Eagle Haven Golf Course on Little Creek. Jim Napier, PGA, formerly of Bretton Woods Recreational Center. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
President.
Secretary Haney. I'd like to offer a huge thank you to our supporting sponsors for today's meeting, Tim Campbell and Peyton Randolph from Iconic, and Mark Barron, Craig Hammett from Signature Golf. We'll be hearing from both sponsors via video. First, let's hear from Signature Golf. We will hear from Iconic a little later in the meeting. Thank you for supporting us.
Our world is slowly opening back up, and as schedules are being outlined again, it seems that 2021's calendar is being filled with this year's plans. With excitement, all thoughts once more focus again on the future. With this in mind, we at Signature Golf have created our Book with Confidence policy to help ease your mind about the details. Our new flexible payment options allow you to pay for the trip on your terms. So when the time is right for you to begin resuming safe travel, whenever that may be, all you have to do is decide where to travel to first. Perhaps you'll stay close to home and explore destinations with driving options in our own beautiful part of the world. Backyard beauties such as Kiowa Island, Big Cedar Lodge, Pebble Beach, and more. Or if you are starting to look at next year or beyond, perhaps you'd like to consider one of our international delights, Scotland's mystical lands, home to places like St. Andrews, the Highlands, Ayrshire, with top 100 golf courses at every stop. Ireland's lush green lands and epic castles, and of course, some of the most iconic links courses the world over. Or if trend setting is more your thing, perhaps you'd like to take advantage of being one of the first to experience our South Africa wine, golf, and safari tour. Signature Golf remains in constant contact with our worldwide vendor partners to stay on top of up-to-the-minute openings, regulations, and resources that can affect your travel plans. We also ensure each location meets our COVID-safe guidelines. Furthermore, at this time, Signature Golf is also offering, in addition to our Book with Confidence policy, a reduced deposit rate, so that when the time is right for you to book your next dream golf trip, it's never been easier. We at Signature Golf are proud travel partners of the Mid-Atlantic section of the PGA and hope that when the time comes to resume safe travel for your operation, that you will consider Signature Golf first.
Dan, you're on mute still. Dan.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Thank you to Craig and Mark for that video. Since the minutes have been previously approved, published, and made available to the membership, I will entertain a motion from the floor to dispense with the reading of the minutes, the Southern Chapter Fall Membership Meeting and Board of Directors Meeting, both conducted on September 23rd, 2019. Do I have a motion? And if so, please enter your full name in the chat. Do I have a second? If so, please enter your name in the chat. You are in favor. You do not need to enter anything. All opposed, please enter your name, nay, in the chat.
I think we're good, Dan.
Sorry, my video went out. Can you still hear me okay, John?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay. I would like to introduce our chapter vice president, Scott Graber, director of golf from the Golf Club of the Highlands. While there are no vice president report for this meeting, Scott will be sharing additional information with us during the committee reports. Kevin Haney will now present the secretary's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. My secretary's report is available in writing, and we will show in the next few slides. I'd like to begin by recognizing all newly elected members since the spring section meeting. You'll see their names here on the board. Nicholas Bergen, PGA from Mulligan's Golf Center. Scott Blundo, PGA, the Crossings Golf Club. Olivia Bowling, PGA, the Country Club of Virginia. David Cunningham, PGA, Bayville Golf Club. Drew Falvey, PGA, Fawn Lake Country Club. Richard Farley, PGA, life member. Chase Flannery, PGA, Orchard Creek. Kyle Fuller, PGA, the Country Club of Virginia. Stephen Heppert, PGA, Patterson Golf Range. Aaron Tu, PGA, the Golf Club at the Highlands. Kyle Williams, PGA, Independence Golf Club. Congratulations, everybody. Next, please join me in congratulating those members who have celebrated a quarter century of PGA membership since the spring section meeting. TJ Baggett Jr., PGA, Pete Dye River Course of Virginia Tech. Joseph Burpee, PGA, Bay Creek Resort and Club. Kelly Crovo, PGA, Old Monterey Golf Course. Carl Filipowicz, PGA, the Federal Club. Thomas Green, PGA, Cardinal Golf Club. David Johns, PGA, Heritage Oaks Golf Course. Eddie Luke Jr., PGA, Suffolk Golf Course. And James Mason, PGA, Pendleton Golf Club. Congratulations. Finally, please join me in congratulating those members who have created a half century of PGA membership since the spring section meeting. Joseph Comboy, PGA, life member. Morris Felker, PGA, life member. And Frank Hiroko Jr., PGA, life member. We also have the following in attendance with us today. First off, congratulations to those half-century PGA professionals. We also have the following in attendance with us here today. D10 Director John Madden, PGA Career Consultant Greg Stencil, and PGA Regional League Manager Doug Work. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Kevin. Next, I'd like to welcome D10 Director and fellow PGA member John Madden to provide his D10 Director update.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me today. Kind of my first official year on the board. Kind of crazy year with the COVID-19. It's estimated that around the world we lost 20 million rounds of golf in March and April. But what everybody realizes that when golf came back, social distancing, outside exercise, we're seeing a huge increase. People have been away from the game for a long time. Juniors getting back into it, and all the facilities are busy, which is exciting. As far as some of the things that PGA of America has done, first we've deferred the dues, which are due at the end of this month. They're normally due at the end of June. So I remind everybody and remind your assistants and other associates that the dues are due at the end of this month, and there's no grace period this year. So please get those in as soon as possible. We also had our Golf Emergency Relief Fund put together. Over $7 million were given out in grants to individuals in the golf industry. So we're excited about that. There's 2 phases, and quite a few people applied for those. So as more money comes in, we will try to get more grants out to individuals. Little update on the governance. Our meeting that was supposed to be in Hartford, Connecticut, the convention center is closed through this year. They hope to open up early next year. So the annual PGA meeting will be virtual this year. And we exciting to have 4 candidates running for secretary. All have served on the board. We've got Don Ray from the Southwest, Dave Schneider from Nebraska, Kelly Williams, our old District 10 director from Kentucky, and Tom Henderson from New York. So 4 really great candidates right now. You have to get a majority vote, so you'll have to get 55 to 58 votes. Election time with 4 candidates. There'll probably be a couple elections, ballots out there before we have a winner, but it should be quite exciting. That's coming up here at the end of October. So the meeting itself will be about 3.5 hours long. So look forward to that. One of the big initiatives that we're working on is the associate and PGM universities. There's been such a decline in enrollment and members coming to our ranks from those 2 avenues. So the education, the employment, and the membership committees are working on ways that we can find more active individuals to come on board and become PGA members. What we found out that holding a lot of people back was the cost of the program, the time commitment, employment opportunities, and then there was no virtual learning. So the education committee is working on new 4.0 education, which hasn't been presented to the board yet, but they're working on it. So I'll give you a little highlight there. It's going to have some online elements to it. It's going to cost about half the price. So we expect that'll help get some people in there. There will be a week-long training down at Frisco once that is completed. As far as the PGM universities, there's 18 of them across the country. Some are doing great, others are struggling a little bit. Their contracts are up at 2023, and they're all going to have to reapply to be PGM universities with some new standards and procedures to continue to be a college or university in our program. So we expect all the universities to reapply, and it should be exciting to see as we move forward. you know, we don't have universities out in the West Coast. UNLV is probably the furthest one west. So there's some talk about maybe adding some out there. There'll probably be out of the 18, there might be 5 or so that don't make the cut. So wait and see on that. And as far as also in membership, we have, there's talk about a B25, which would be an individual that has done all the education, has attempted the PAT, have come close, but hasn't passed. And they would be an associate, a B25, and they would be until still could work in the golf industry, would still pay dues. And the goal was if they needed longer to try to pass their PAT, they would. So that's being talked about in the membership committee. Once again, none of these have really come to the board yet for any vote, anything like that. As far as the universities, there has been a task force put together that's analyzing that program a little closer. So PGA Properties, Valhalla does a great job for us. We're gonna do some work there as it's gonna host the 2024 PGA Championship. A couple of the fairways and a couple of tees need to be added. Everyone's just hitting a little too long these days. So excited about that. PGA Frisco, the courses are coming along. We have all the drawings now for the headquarters and the education and the training facilities. So everything's on time and under budget, which is exciting. And we expect the headquarters to be open January roughly of 2021. I'm sorry, December of 2021. And then the following summer, 2022, we'll have the golf courses ready to go. So let me see what else news-wise. PGA Tee Times and Booking Marketplace. So that came on board. An announcement came out about 2 weeks ago with Supreme Golf. That'll give all the golf courses and PGA pros an opportunity to any unused tee times. You can go through pga.org or the Supreme Golf. There will be no bartering on this. You will be able to put in the low number. So if you wanted the minimum price to be $45 for a greens fee, that's where it'll be. So we're excited about that. That should come online. We were hoping around the PGA show next January. And about the PGA show, we should know something here in the next week or so if there's going to be a PGA show. I know a couple surveys went out to everybody, so hopefully you filled that out so that Reed got some input. And I know they've been talking to all the exhibitors too. So that'll be coming up. Over the weekend, had a great KPMG Women's Championship. Had a great PGA Championship out at TPC Harding Park back in August. 2 great events, 2 great winners representing the PGA of America. We have the 32nd Senior PGA Professional Championship coming up down at PGA Golf Club. So we're excited. That's coming up. We have the Winter Series and some Fall Series that'll also be down at the golf club, and the National Assistants Tournament will be down there too. PGA Golf Club, we did some renovation to the practice facility. It has been expanded. You can go down there and if you want to bring some clients and teach. And they did some work on the Wanamaker course, some bunkers and tees. So everything down there is up and running and ready for these great events that are coming in the next couple of weeks. So that's really it, really fast in a nutshell. But if there's any questions, I'm here. Just type away, and if not, or if you remember something later, I'll be on for the whole meeting. So I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Madden. I'm going to do our sponsorship committee report. As always, we ask that you please pay attention to who our sponsors are, and as applicable, please support any of the companies that are supporting us. Obviously, this year has been a tough one for our sponsors, many of whom have chosen to defer their commitments to next year. We definitely appreciate those that have chosen to stay with us this year, including Signature Golf, as well as those that will also be helping us in the 2021 season. So please reach out, thank them for their commitment during this difficult time, but we certainly appreciate all of their support in 2020 and going forward. I'm going to pass it along to Kevin Haney for our tournament committee report.
Thank you again, Mr. President. Before I get into too much of the report, I want to thank our section staff, especially Bob Heinz and Eric Southard, the tournament committee, all their help, and tough year this year to get things going. I'm glad we did. It really wasn't an easy decision, obviously, everything going on, but very successful tournament season from when we got it going to the last two events coming up very soon. So I want to thank our staff, thank our MAPGA staff and the tournament committee that really helped put this year together. Our two guys in the Southern chapter to thank as well are Mike Maroney and Troy Thorne for their support and input. We have two tournaments of the year remaining, or two tournaments remaining. They are the Easy Go Team Championship at Trump, DC, October 26th and 27th, and the Destination Kohler Match Play at Fawn Lake, November 2nd and 3rd. Let's get out and wipe those clubs off, playing two more events before the season's done with. This year's Kohler Pro-Am, which is supposed to tie in with the Ryder Cup, a few days after the Ryder Cup, got postponed for a couple different reasons. Obviously, the Ryder Cup got postponed, and then some concerns with traveling with COVID. But we are hoping next year to put a Kohler Pro-Am on. Please look out for that information sometime beginning in May is when we're hoping to host that. At this point, I'd like to recognize our tournament winners from the chapter. Tournament winner from the chapter, starting off with our Southern Assistant Championship, Mr. Josh Spate from Colonial Heritage. Our Southern Championship regular division, again, Mr. Josh Spate from Colonial Heritage. Southern Championship Senior Division, little home course knowledge there, was hosted at Wintergreen. Thanks for hosting that, Mr. Redgrave. Jeff Redgrave, Wintergreen Resort. Section Stroke Play at Links at Perry Cabin, Senior Division, Mr. Rick Schuler, Stonehenge Golf and Country Club. Section Head Pro Championship, regular division, Mr. Troy Thorne, Hobbs Hole Golf Club. Section Head Pro Championship Senior Division, Mr. Jeff Redgrave and Mr. Rick Schuler, or Dirk Schultz, sorry about that. Is that right? Jeff's from our section, sorry. The picture screwed me up there, or messed me up there, sorry. Section Stroke Play at Creighton Farm, Senior Division, Mr. Rick Schuler. Section Senior Championship, Mr. Dick Mass, PGA member. Section Players Cup, regular division, Mr. Josh Spate, Colonial Heritage. And Section Player Cup, Senior Division, Mr. Rick Schuler, Stonehenge Golf and Country Club. Congratulations to all those guys who played well this year. Again, we have two more events coming up. Hope to see everybody out there, and good luck with the rest of the season with any of your club events, and hope we'll have a great 2021 next year. Thank you, Mr. President.
Dan, you're on mute.
Figure out how to use this thing by the time the meeting's over. Sorry about that. The Employment Committee report. Career Links has now been officially retired. The new system is through the PGA Job Board. You must fill out your job preferences to participate. Currently, our completion rate is only 75%, which means a quarter of you have not been getting notifications for opening positions. So please make sure that you take the time, get on pga.org and go to the job board, fill out your job preferences so that you can hear about any positions that are becoming available. Next, I'd like to introduce PGA career consultant Greg Stenzel. Greg has recorded his update via video but he's also joining us live today, to answer any follow-up questions that you may have. Greg?
Good morning, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your meeting. Today, I'd like to spend a few minutes sharing section talking points, which I hope will be helpful and informative. First, I'd like to let you know that our PGA Career Services team is dedicated to serving our members and associates, employers, and PGA sections. Our purpose is to enhance the personal and professional lives of our PGA professionals. Our mission is supporting your goals and achievements while building trusting relationships. Our vision is in continuing to enhance our profile as the industry's leaders in employment-related matters while advancing and developing the careers of the PGA and our industry professionals. Lastly, our team is made up of individuals with diverse backgrounds and experience. We may all have unique values, but we want you to understand that as a team, our values and how they relate to you are based on our always performing as a servant leader, spending time listening to you and understanding your needs. We continue to educate ourselves to be helpful subject matter experts, and we're proud to be committed teammates with you and our fellow consultants. We strive to build trust, be proactive, collaborative, and innovative, while knowing we need to be empathetic, energetic, and enthusiastic when working to help you. The team of career consultants will always focus on our ability to coach, educate, motivate, influence, and inspire others so that we may share and enjoy your career success. You may have noticed the significant number of emails and messages over the past several weeks asking you to complete your job preference selections. I'm happy to let you know your section was one of only 2 which reached the goal set for membership participation and completion of selections by the September 1st deadline. As you may be aware, the PGA Career Links program was retired on August 31st. Unless you have completed your job preference selections, you will no longer receive email notifications about job postings which match your preferences and experience. Even if you are not currently looking for new employment, I ask you to visit your dashboard located at pga.org. Simply log in, select Job Preferences, and answer 6 short questions. Click Save, and you'll begin to receive email notifications when a new listing is posted and matches your job preference selections. As I mentioned, you'll receive an email daily when a new job listing is posted which matches your job preference selections. Here's an example of an email that I received recently for jobs matching my selections. Additionally, when you log into the PGA job board, you'll also notice that you have recommended jobs featured. Recommended jobs are those which match your job preference selections. If you'd like to see other available positions, simply type in the job title, city, state, or section in the search bar. As a reminder, as of January 1st, all jobs posted are now available for review on the job board. If you're interested in seeing more jobs in your recommended list, simply go back to your dashboard and adjust your job preference selections. You may add states, job titles, or add or reduce compensation, which will adjust the number of listings emailed or listed on your job board. Our PGA Career Services team has been busy during the pandemic. We are proud that we have more than doubled our interactions with our members while continuing to develop new programs for you. We invite you to visit pgacareerservices.org, where you can enroll in a career development program or review our other services available not only to you, but to our employers. Employers are interested in utilizing our executive search programs and now have the ability to review available options which will best match their facility search needs. We haven't been the only ones busy during the pandemic. Our PGA professionals have been extremely busy and at the forefront of value in the eyes of the employer. Our PGA professionals and facilities have reported more than a 20% increase in rounds played this season, matching numbers that we haven't seen since the late 1990s. Employers are revisiting the importance of investing in the golf operation rather than other portions of the facility operations which have been found to be a drain on revenue. Now may be the time to review your success stories achieved during the year with your employer, golf committee chairman, or board of directors. If your employment agreement is up for renewal or renegotiation, this may be a perfect time to discuss profit sharing, facility bonus opportunities, or an increase in staffing or your golf operations budget. We also strongly suggest you add your success stories to your resume. Remember, employers know what you do on a daily basis. What they want to know is how you are different and how you can positively affect their operations. Finally, success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, but most of all, a love for what you do. I hope that you will reach out and contact me if I can assist you with any of your career development needs. As always, wishing you the best for the remainder of the season and in your career.
Thanks to everybody for paying attention to that video, and sorry if you had some trouble hearing it. Certainly want to thank you for posting your job preference selections. If you haven't done that, as I mentioned and Dan mentioned, it's important whether you're looking for a job or not looking for a job that we put those up, and think about your fellow professional, because if a job comes up and you happen to see it and you think that it might fit for them, it'd be nice to reach out and provide them with the details to make sure. A friendly reminder is apply for that position. Finally, one other thing that I want to remind you of is Golf Retirement Plus. There are still several dollars that are being held in Golf Retirement Plus because the individuals haven't completed their facility authorization agreements. So you can go to pga.org, search GRP, Golf Retirement Plus, and there will be a form available for you in there. If you have some difficulty doing that, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to send the form to you. And beyond that, if you need additional help, I can help you contact AIG, who is the group holding the funds currently. You'll not lose the funds. They're on hold. We just need to make sure that we get those facility authorization agreements signed. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. I'm going to pass it over to our Vice President, Scott Graber, who's going to cover our Player Development Committee report and our Junior Golf Committee report. Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to be with you in some sort of setting. I want to really thank John Madden and Greg, and soon you'll hear from Doug Wirt for being here with us. It's really important that they're here. And if you do have any questions for them, please make sure you put those in the chat. As far as player development, we are again offering our player development grants. Up to $25,000 will be distributed. You should have just gotten that email within the last couple days, or someone at your club did. If not, you can check with Claire and we can make sure you get that email, but it is out. The application deadline is November 30th. You don't have to wait till then. You can go ahead and turn it in. We sort of always make this plea, but we feel like there should be hundreds of applications, and yet we typically only get 20, 25, sometimes 30 applications. We know it was a tough March and April, but we also know that a lot of golfers came through your club this summer and fall. And we certainly hope that you had some new programs for them, and we want you to be recognized for that. So please, if you can, go ahead and fill that out and get through the first stage of that before November 30th. D10 Director John Madden, who previously discussed the new online tee time system, PGA Tee Times. One thing that he mentioned, and we do want to reiterate that, is you are controlling your rack rate. You control basically the floor as well as the ceiling. It's based on commissions and not barter. So if you've had some dealings with other companies and that's not your cup of tea, this is a little bit different, something to check out, and it should be available, I believe John said, in the late winter or early spring for us. Also, we do have PGA Club Championship opportunities. You go through PGA HQ for that. All you need to do is submit your club champions, whether it be men's, ladies, seniors, and there's a process to go through that as well. As far as new programs, again, it's been a struggle, but it's also been an opportunity. And if you were able to implement some, that's great. We did want to share with you doubles golf, which was spearheaded by Jack Nicklaus. You may have known that. Great way to keep your members engaged. They're going to show us a video, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it in just 1 second. But this is doubles golf.
There's a new game in town from Jack Nicklaus and the founders of PGA Junior League. Introducing Doubles Golf, the trademarked rebranding of the age-old two-player scramble. Doubles Golf relaxes the game, makes golf more fun for the recreational golfer, speeds up play, enhances 9-hole rounds, keeps senior golfers in the game longer, inviting to women and children. PGA professionals will have the exclusive rights to conduct doubles golf programs at their facility, including qualifying for the U.S. Doubles Golf Amateur Championships. Teams will have the opportunity to post their doubles golf scores by using the 2PG Rating and Ranking System app. This app provides teams with the ability to compare themselves against other teams and see where they rank at their course, within their state, and even worldwide. Registering your doubles golf team is quick and simple. It can be done on your phone, tablet, or laptop. Teams can be created in men's, women's, seniors, and mixed doubles divisions. Once you have registered, your team can begin posting scores. Posting a score takes a few seconds and can be done from anywhere. The 2PG app also provides the ability to see where your team ranks at your course, statewide, and nationally. Check the team rankings page to browse and filter through all other doubles golf teams, where you can click on anyone and browse through their previous scores and see where they rank. Doubles Golf, the perfect programming platform for PGA sections and their members to continue growing the game.
Okay, so you can see sort of some of the highlights of that. I think one thing that is interesting about that, couples, ladies, and seniors, but you can also marry it to your PGA Junior League, which a lot of us are doing that. And so we've done sort of a parent junior type of thing here through that. So a lot of different ways to do it. You can do it in 4 to 6 week long stretches, similar again to PGA Junior League. I think some of the key things there are the club championships, which allow you to move to a section championship and then potentially to a national championship, and then the scoring app. Everybody knows that if everyone can use the app and they're engaged, the chances are that they'll continue to support the program. So I think that's a pretty interesting thing. If you didn't have the opportunity to do it this year, consider doing it for 2021. And if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to us or Claire Jansa at the section office in charge of player development. At this time, we're going to turn it over to our regional league manager, Mr. Doug Wirt. Doug, welcome.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning, everybody, and officers and staff of the section. Thank you for the time today. And as I first start out too, I just want to thank everybody for their efforts this year. And I know which was a challenging season, but turned out to be pretty amazing for those of us in the golf industry. along with that challenge. And then I want to thank Claire Jansa in the section for all of her efforts this year and helping me with everything that we do for your section. So I just want to start by, for those of you that haven't met me yet, just share a little bit about myself. I'm a 28-year member of the PGA of America. I've held various positions throughout my career, everything from assistant professional to general manager, and even director of a professional golf management program at University of Colorado. Had the opportunity while serving my former position here in Alabama as a PGA Junior League captain, and had a great time doing that with the kids and my staff here. My wife and I this November celebrate 25 years together, and we've had a wonderful life together. I have two great sons. I want to share with you, we have an SEC household. My oldest is attending Alabama. My youngest is at Auburn. I went to Mississippi State, and my wife went to Tennessee. So we've got the SEC household here. You can imagine what it's like on Saturdays during football season in this house. So it's just a pleasure to serve you now as your PGA Junior League Regional League Manager. Been doing it now for 3 years, and it's been a true pleasure working with all of you. As we get into 2021, I just want to share, my commitment with you, and that's going to be to help you create value. And that's basically going through a process of working with you to understand your facility more and developing a deep sense of your facility and understanding how you operate, and then look at all the different facility types within the section and how I can help you create value and help you create success. And that is helping you to create more income as a coach and in the facility, helping you with career advancement by using our player development principles, increasing facility rounds and revenue, which I know we were able to do this year. So, this going forward, we're going to look at engagement and retention. How are we going to continue to engage players and retain them? And then help with participation in the sport, and as well as help you with your players perform in the sport, in the game of golf. So it's, as I said, it's a valuable time right now, with the number of rounds that we've had, the increase in rounds that we've seen, for the last 3 months in the year, we've seen a 22% increase in rounds. And I know that that's been maybe a little bit more of a strain on all of you. And I know it's been a challenge, but the one thing we want to do is take advantage of that and move forward. And so in coaching and player development, we're here to help you with tools to help you create that engagement, and increase value. And we have many of those that are available to you that I can help you with. And it's best just to contact me. I just want to share a little bit about each one of those as we go through our time here together. First of all, PGA Junior League continues to be our flagship program in coaching and player development. And it was a great year in the Middle Atlantic section, even though we had the pandemic. You had almost over 1,800 players in the section, which is the #1 section in the country as far as participation in PGA Junior League for the year. So congratulations to everybody that was part of that this year. And we had over 36,000 kids across the country, which was amazing to us with the pandemic that we've dealt with. And, so just remember that PGA Junior League is there to bring your families and friends and communities together through the game and help promote the game in your program at your facility. So as we look into 2021, we're going to continue to work hard to make sure it's a safe outdoor activity with flexibility. We do have some changes, minor changes that will be applicable for 2021. And when those are finalized, I'll be sharing more in some other meetings that we'll be holding this fall. One thing I do want to note that I thought was pretty amazing for this year is we saw an increase in the number of players per captain in the section, as well as across the country. But in the section, we went from an average of 18 players per captain to 33 players per captain in the section this year. And that to me shows that we have the ability to look at more in-house leagues if we want to take a look at that, and then give those in-house leagues opportunities to play other courses and some fun away and home matches. And just want to ask you to put in your calendar, mid-November is when registration will start for the program and captain registration for 2021. Next thing I want to talk about and introduce you to is PGA Family Cup. For the past couple of years, PGA Family Cup has been piloted in a dozen markets across the country. PGA Family Cup exists to connect families through the game of golf and have fun together as a family. During our pilot phase, it was very successful. We had an average of 15 families per facility that did participate, and the families that did participate just had an amazing time. One of our captains in Texas, Chuck Higgins, you can see pictures there at the bottom, had an amazing time, had over 22 families involved in his, and ended up doing 2 or 3 events throughout the year to get families together. And so in 2021, we'll be launching this nationally. And be looking for more information as it comes out. You can go to pgafamilycup.com if you'd like to get more information about it. But it's basically a fun way to get the entire family together, playing and having a good time on the course, and creating more activity at your facility through a fun activity. Basically, we're working hard in this program to get the parents off the cart path, watching the kids that have been playing and playing together with them and having a good time. Then the other thing I want to just touch on today is PGA.coach. PGA.coach basically is taking a look at the American development model that was developed by the U.S. Olympic Committee and applying it to the game of golf. As we look at 2020, we've had over 3,000 professionals that have completed the ADM training. And it basically provides for you expertise in age and stage appropriate programming to help kids develop at each age group. And then once you complete the PGA.coach training, which is all online, takes approximately 90 minutes. You can do it in different sittings if you don't have the complete 90 minutes to do it. And then once you complete the training, you then have access to the PGA.coach app, which can help you put together lesson builder tools for all of your different programs that you offer at your facility, and different tools and programs that you can put in place for kids based upon the age that you're working with that help them develop both athletically and in the game of golf. And as we get into 2021 for PGA.coach, we look forward to growing additional resources available through you, through PGA.coach and PGA.com. All coaches that go through the PGA.coach training put together a page that comes up on PGA.com when people go to search for instructors. So this is the one way to be searchable for you as an instructor through PGA.coach. So this winter, while you have some time, I just want to stress you to take this time. It doesn't take long. It's very great information to go through and learn. To help you grow even more as a coach and as an instructor. And then we have just some additional resources through coaching and player development that are available to you. You're welcome to reach out to me if you have any other questions. The first is Retail Tribe, where you can get help on customer engagement and consumer engagement through customer management, as well as different campaigns. And also Next Gen Golf is now part of the PGA of America. And basically these are college events that you can host at your facility. The college club team, a great example, my son attending Auburn University now as a freshman has joined their Next Gen Golf team and is participating in those events. And so it's another way to help you drive revenue at your facility. And then also our PGA Junior Golf Camps, which provide an infrastructure for you that handles marketing and administration of the camp that you can host at your facility. So next steps for me with you for this the coming season and the off season is You'll be seeing soon an email come out with information on some virtual town halls, virtual meetings, virtual seminars that you can attend to learn more, as well as talk about things together in a roundtable type of setting. Also be contacting a number of you just to do one-on-one listen and learn sessions, learn more about your facility and how we in player development can help you. And then we'll take those listen and learn sessions and put together planning sessions for you to help you put programs into place for 2021 if you need it. And then, of course, once we get into the 2021 PGA Junior League season, we'll have our league conference calls and league planning sessions to help you plan your PGA Junior League session for 2021. So once again, I thank everybody for the time. If you have any questions, my information there is on the screen for you to write down and give me a call or send me an email. So on behalf of Zoe and Coach Perry and Hunk and Cole, I just want to thank everybody for the time today. Thank you for a great 2020 and dealing with the pandemic and things and continuing to grow the game. And I look forward to helping you as we get into 2021. So thank you for the time today, Mr. President.
Thank you, Doug. Scott, Junior Golf Committee report.
Sure, my pleasure. Just a couple of highlights here of some accomplishments this year in junior golf. The Fall Festival was completed on a beautiful weekend, October 3rd and 4th, last weekend at Musket Ridge. The Kings Mill Junior Invitational is slated for October 31st and November 1st, obviously at Kings Mill. And always love these numbers, the recap numbers, 590 participants in the junior golf program. Pretty darn good for a weird 2020 year. The breakdown's 404 in the championship division, 117 in the Patriot, and 66 in the introductory division. So 590 section wide. We want to thank those that supported us in hosting the events and or sending us your kids to the events. Certainly the more we support in this chapter, the more chances we have to have more events down in the South. So continue to do that. And don't forget that if you do have children and you're a PGA MAPGA member, you do get free membership into the tour. Lastly, we also provide a Tee It Up scholarship. You can promote that to families in need of financial aid. And this scholarship provides dollars to join the tour and play in junior tour tournaments. So there are some kids that are on the tour but did not have to pay to get on there, and that's where that scholarship money comes from. Tee It Up. And that concludes that report. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Scott. I'm going to hand it to Andy Weisinger, our section vice president, to review the PGA Reach and our Mid-Atlantic Foundation update and our education committee report. Andy.
Good morning, everyone. You may have noticed in the news and notes and some of the information that's gone out starting on October 1st, we launched an online fundraiser for PGA Hope through GoFundMe. And that's going to run through November 11th. Each week you'll be reminded about this through the news and notes, and also you'll see things on social media. So we ask that you please share that with your guests and members, that they might be able to put it out there and give an opportunity for them to donate to such a worthy cause. If you're not exactly sure about PGA Hope or just want to know more about it to maybe answer some of those questions about your social media posts, check out this video, and you can also find information online.
Across the United States, brave men and women have answered the call. They have sacrificed. And they have done their duty honorably. Now, as they return home, it's our duty to look after them. Our mission as Americans must be to ensure their continued support and well-being. We are here for you as you've always been here for us.
My PTSD when I came home was pretty bad. You come into civilian life and you just don't fit in anymore. But something extraordinary happened in my life. PGA Hope.
It's meant a world of difference in my life. Prior to coming into the golf program, I was at home probably 98% of the time.
Somebody's willing to take time out of their personal lives and invest it in you and to show you that they think that you're special and that they think that you can pick up and carry on and represent the country in a positive light again. It's awe-inspiring when it actually happens.
You've stepped out of your dark hole and onto kind of like a little bit of heaven. I like to thank my PGA pros, Judy and Donna, for giving me my life back.
It helped save my life, and it got me re-engaged with my community, with my family, with my friends, everybody.
I've got so many wounded warriors in the Special Ops program that have been touched by Ken June that when they talk about him will immediately go to a choked up, misty-eyed setting. And these are tough guys, but they love the man. They respect the man beyond compare, and they are really proud of the fact that they have him in their life.
PGA Hope is life-changing. And it's life-changing not only because we're providing golf, but we're using it as a therapy. We use PGA professionals who are specially trained to interact and deal with our veterans. And we're using golf to better themselves and better their lives.
The one thing that we're missing in civilian life, where do we fit in again? And that would be PGA Hope.
Such a good video and good foundation piece to get involved in. For those of you who don't know, we have a PGA Hope chapter in our chapter at NAS Oceana, the Arrow Pines Golf Course. The guys over there, Randy Clark, Dan Eros, Tom Mumpower, and Vinny Spagnola do a great job with that program. If you're interested in helping out or getting involved with that, you can reach out to any one of those guys. They get a great turnout, and I believe just started a fall session going as well. So check out that fundraiser, help share that information. Great worthy cause through November 11th. Now on to the education
Andy, let me
report.
interrupt, just since you mentioned, Mark Lynch also has a program at First Tee Chesterfield, so I don't want to leave.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, thank you, John. Education report, the fall section membership meeting on November 9th is going to be virtual, just like this. We will hopefully get better and better the more we do these virtual meetings, but we appreciate y'all tuning in today, and tune in again on November 9th. Mark that down on your calendars. Virtual meeting there as well. MAPGA Teaching Summit has been moved to March 1st and 2nd at the Lansdowne Resort. This is going to be part of our super meeting concept that you've heard a little bit about at the last section meeting as well. The super meeting concept is similar to what some other sections do, much like the Carolinas section. This would be over a 3-day period, February 28th, March 1st and 2nd, where we would all come together for those 3 days for events like the Hall of Fame banquet, our regularly scheduled spring meeting, as well as our teaching summit and some other educational and socializing opportunities and networking opportunities through that. So you'll hear more about that on November 9th at our fall section meeting as well. But if you have any questions about any of those things, please type it in the comments and we'll be happy to address your questions. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Andy. I'll go to my president's report. And I just want to say thank you for everyone that's here in attendance today. I know this is, it's been a different year for everyone. Many of us have had one of the busiest golf seasons in recent memory, but it hasn't been without significant challenges, adversity that we've all had to deal with. COVID-19 has certainly changed the way normal is perceived. We've also had to make significant changes in all of our operations to ensure the safety of our members, our staffs, our families. But as PGA professionals, we need to continue to support each other more than ever. Share best practices, be resources for each other, and impact positive change in growing the game of golf. I'm proud of the PGA, our section, and our chapter's response during a difficult time. I applaud all of you as you've gone through this difficult year. And I certainly look forward to seeing everyone in person in events and future meetings sometime soon in the future. But I just want to say to everyone to just hang in there, keep supporting each other, and congratulations on just making it through a very difficult time for everyone. So also want to make sure that I reiterate a few things that we're still in the process of going through. We have our instructional video program. We're forever trying to find social media content that we can run, and we're running a program right now that pays you $50 per video. We're asking that you help us in submitting videos until December 1st. Never hurts to earn a little extra cash. You can see some of the information on the slide that's there, but you can also get more information by visiting the mapga.com website. We're going to play a small example video that was presented by MAPGA associate member Tim Ritter, and we're going to play that video now.
Hey all, I'm Tim Ritter at Army Navy Country Club in Arlington. I'm going to show you a little drill today you can do at home using your car. So I don't have a car here, but we're going to use a golf cart, and we're going to use the tire more specifically. We're going to put a little towel under the tire, where we're going to put the club on top of so that it doesn't get scratched up. Put that club under the tire, set up for hit a golf shot, and begin to open up from the ground up. Feel that left knee get out of the way, feel the left hip get out of the way, feel your core begin to turn, your chest and shoulders fall along, and that club is being held on by a tire. There we go, we turn, hold it for 5 seconds, bring it back nice and slow. Do that one more time. Turn, 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 arms are still there. And now the arms begin to get pulled by the lower body rotation, and bring it back. What we're doing there is feeling impact, and a lot of people have problems or issues getting into that position. They stop rotating, and then their arms go, and you get stuck, and we don't generate enough power because we don't use our body. So this is really going to help us in learning how to open up, feel that position there, let the tire hold the club, and bring it back. That's our little tire drill, and we'll continue next time to use our cars to create more golf drills.
Hey, Dan, if I can interrupt. Just as an FYI, we've been running that obviously since the pandemic started, probably maybe let's say April. We probably have 80 or 90 videos in, which is good, and we've been using them on social media, and we've got a good portfolio. But I do want to say that the Southern chapter probably contributed 5 to 7 of those 80 videos, and we would like to see many more videos from our professionals in the Southern chapter, and certainly want to pay them for their services as well.
Well, thank you to Tim for that video, and thanks for sharing that, John. Also, just want to reiterate again, I know our D10 director, John Madden, alluded to this earlier, but PGA and section dues were extended this year. The deadline is October 31st. It's fast approaching, so if you have not paid those, make sure that you do put that on your agenda to take care of, as the deadline will not extend past that date. I'll entertain a motion for the meeting to be accepted, all of the reports as presented. Do I hear a motion? If so, please enter your full name in the chat.
There's a motion from Dan Baker.
Yep. Do I have a second? Please enter your full name in the chat. Perfect.
Second.
If you are in favor, you do not need to enter anything. All opposed, please enter your name and say nay in the chat. The motion passes. Next, it'll be time for to hear another one of our meeting sponsors. I'd like to thank Iconic for their sponsorship for today's meeting. Their update today will be shared via video. Please watch. Thank you.
Hey coach, how does this sound? Less range time, more income, better results. We all know instruction needs to be reframed. There's merit to the one-on-one lesson and value to tweaking a player's swing, but we also know that an hour of a trained eye coupled with some well-intended suggestions won't fix a player's game. If you really think about improvement, most people are quick to realize that this isn't the way to get better. To have any chance to improve at golf or any other physical endeavor, a player must be willing to participate in a real program. We call this process training. Process training is a cycle of testing, teaching, and training that leads to a programmed progression. First, you benchmark current skill levels. Next, you teach the elements required to improve. Third, the player practices and trains new physical and mental patterns. Finally, the original test can be taken to identify progress. At Iconic, we say there's power in your process. That power goes beyond process training. It's also the power to educate, the power of flexibility, and the power to earn. We're here to help you deliver it. So, how can Iconic help me achieve this? We built Iconic with the concepts of process training front and center, giving any coach the power to deliver personalized and effective programs for their students. For example, we know it can be frustrating for both coach and student when practice is strictly allocated to time in lesson. With a clear list of activities to do outside of the in-person session, students get actionable steps they can refer back to, and coaches can follow along with their progress. We call these packages of steps modules. Our app is preloaded with over 300 lesson modules that serve as the building blocks to creating impactful plans for students. Testing modules give coaches the tools to benchmark where a student stands with a particular element of the game. Lesson modules are packed with specific content dedicated to the subject at hand. A video kicks things off and serves as an explainer piece. Next, we add key points to accentuate the presentation with mental cues to reference again and again. Finally, we have structured practice sessions that can be done anywhere from the couch to the course, all intended to train movement patterns and improve a student's state of play. Testing modules are used again to give coaches the tools to see progress over the lifespan of a program. Put together, our library gives coaches the tools today to build out considered training programs for their students tomorrow. Don't like the presentation of content in the modules? We realize that there are many coaches that will want to build out their own video and content library, and we've made this process as easy as can be. A coach can easily go into any of the Iconic modules, swap out their videos for ours, and edit the text, key points, and practice sessions to better match how they teach. We believe this allows our coaches to create custom content at their own pace and still have access to a complete Iconic textbook. Iconic allows for all forms of communication, sending images and videos, making calls, and live video through a proprietary app function that we call Smart Chat. All comms are relative to the modules being assigned, giving you context to questions being asked or the ability to leave feedback on student progress appropriately. Less range time, more income, better results. These aren't empty statements. We've talked to hundreds of coaches over the years, and these are the three things we hear time and time again. We believe Iconic can get you there, and we want to help you make the changes you need to do so. The first and often overlooked first step to achieving this goal is change. With Iconic, you don't start with the lesson. You start with digital delivery, the simple act of sending your student modules through the app. That seems pretty basic, right? Let us tell you why it's crucial to the health and growth of your business, and we can relate it to our 3 goals. 1. Less time on the range. Delivering lesson modules digitally through the app does the obvious for you. It gives your student the instruction materials and practice sessions up front. Now they can have a permanent record of what you sent to them, and they can view, review, and practice the materials at any time and any place they want. This not only helps you as the coach, but it's also a much more effective way for your students to retain the important information. 2. More income. Removing the in-person layer allows you to build out fully remote programs in a fraction of the time it takes you to deliver a day of in-person lessons. By combining a mix of remote, blended, and in-person programs for your students, you can scale your business without the restrictions of time and geography. 3. Better results. The evolution of coaching golf is a never-ending journey. We've designed Iconic around the concept of truly training and developing golfers. We know you all know what to do, but maybe it's been difficult to put everything together in a disjointed and analog world. Iconic just makes it easier for you to be great at what you do. The base level of Iconic is a free license to the coach and a $20 per month subscription for each student. We have wholesale options that allow you to buy the subscriptions at a lower cost. This is the first opportunity for you to create a new revenue stream and start earning income from student subscriptions. To offset the need for you to be creating value from the jump, the base subscription will deliver a module to your students once per week in the form of mini digital programming. These programs will be automatically delivered to all of your students at the same time each week. It's a great value, and it requires nothing more than a simple opt-in from you. We also want to be a resource to help you become more familiar with process training. We've created a great starting point for any coach to begin crafting structured programs. Using our templates can get you started delivering real process training programs with ease. Less range time, more income, and better results are all right at your fingertips. Reach out to us for more information on getting started with Iconic. There's power in your process. We're just here to help you deliver it.
Okay, just another thank you to both of our sponsors today, Iconic and Signature Golf. We can't thank you enough for your support for our meeting today. Mr. Secretary, do we have any unfinished business?
We do not, Mr. President.
Mr. Secretary, do we have any new business?
We do not, Mr. President.
Does anyone have anything for open forum? If you do, please type it in the chat. Executive Director Gould will assist in reading items that we receive. While you're entering your questions, just another reminder of our upcoming section meeting on November 9th. This meeting will be held virtually, but pre-registration is required. Please be on the lookout for section communication for registration for that meeting.
Hey, Dan, we have a comment from Jeffrey Crabb, who says, thanks for doing this meeting via Zoom. Hopefully this trend can continue. I do recognize that for some of you, this is a lot easier than traveling to Fredericksburg or next spring to Lansdowne. So hopefully there's a way to do both, but we appreciate the comment. And any other comments you want to type in or questions, please feel free.
John, there was a comment in the chat room as well from TJ Baggett that he recognized the how the Zoom meeting was going and thought it was congratulations all for putting together a great virtual meeting. He's been another 5 sections since leaving 96, and this is the best meeting he's attended. He said proud to be back and well done. So I want to recognize TJ for saying that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you to both for your feedback. As we continue to await any open forum items that we may have, also save the date for the following events. February 28th, 2021, our Hall of Fame banquet and awards ceremony. March 1st, 2021, spring meeting, section membership meeting. And then March 1st and 2nd of 2021, the MAPGA Teaching Summit, all part of what Andy alluded to earlier as a super meeting over the course of a couple of days at Lansdowne. Please mark those dates and plan to attend those great events.
And unofficially, we're also planning a Topgolf social function. We just haven't got it on this calendar yet in terms of what date it will be and whether it'll be a competition or more of just a social event.
Additional details and registration information will be distributed as they become available. So just be on the lookout for those. Any other items for open forum?
Mr. President, if I could just comment on the super meeting for the February, March. We've talked about that a lot in our boardrooms over the last, I don't know, 9, 12, 15 months. And it just sort of goes with the theme, COVID notwithstanding, of trying to reduce travel and reduce expense on our members, but continue to hold the things that we hold dear, like the Hall of Fame banquet, the teaching summit, and of course the spring meeting. So I think that the members should be very aware of that and try to get that on their calendar. I know that it's challenging to go to all three, but if all three are in the same place during the same dates, maybe you can go to 2 of the 3, if not all 3. And I just want to make sure that if you're not at the section virtual meeting, that you're kind of putting that on your calendar as you move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. I think that's a great point as well. It's not always easy. All of our schedules are certainly busy, but those are great events, and to be all at the same location is very helpful. So hopefully we'll have great attendance for those events. John, did we have any other information for open forum?
Nope. Please feel free, anybody, to enter, but I think I haven't seen any in a bit, so.
Okay. Having no other items for open forum, we will conclude this meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? If so, please enter your full name in the chat.
Woods Woolwine has made a motion.
Do I have a second? Please enter your full name in the chat.
TJ Back.
TJ Back, yep. If you are in favor, you do not need to enter anything. If all that are opposed, please write your full name and nay in the chat. No nays. The meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you for all of your participation.
Thanks, everybody.